So these are the three types of leads when it comes to importing contacts. So here's a little bit more about your sphere of influence, importing and nurturing these leads. Like I said before, I would import these people one by one, or create your own spreadsheet once you've went through all of the different contacts in your phone, which is typically where most of those guys are when it comes to sphere of influence for most of us. So because an email address is how you get the most out of KvCORE and how you automate lead nurturing, going through that list of contacts in your contacts app on your phone, look at the people you would want to market to. Ideally, this is, every single person. Give them a call on a daily basis, go through them one by one and let them know, hey, I'm an agent and I would like to keep you informed about what's going on in your current market. I can send you market reports. What's a good email address, I can put on my system to forward that to you on a weekly basis. Okay. That is going to just getting that piece of information and then plugging it into KvCORE is going to take care of that lead nurturing process for that person till the end of time, because KvCORE will always send those things out on time every single time. You don't have to remember it. Whereas what's been happening, I want to say, is people just import all of their contacts that don't have emails into KvCORE, and they end up just sitting there till the end of time and nothing happens to those contacts. So I really want to make it a point, especially moving into 2024. Do not have any person in your CRM that is not, that A, doesn't have an email address on file, and B, that's not enrolled in some type of automated email campaign. Okay, so if they don't have an email or an automated campaign, they should not be on your CRM. It's just wasted space at that point and wasted opportunity. So making that a point will get you in the habit of making sure everything is right before you put a contact in there. Okay. That also addresses the second point. Make sure everyone has an email before you import them. And you have flexibility when marketing to your sphere of influence, because these are people you already know and they're less likely to opt out to from your marketing material. And last but not least, because these are people that they're probably not ready to buy right now, just like most of the other types of leads. So it's a good idea to send them referral-based content mostly. On top of sending them market reports, you can just type up an email, send them a mass email that says, hey, if you know anyone looking to buy or sell, let me know. Something like that once a quarter, once every 2 months is not bad. I highly recommend doing that. Okay, so I'm going to pause the presentation here. We're going to go to KvCORE and I'm going to simulate, or actually show you, how you would import a contact from your sphere of influence, at least the steps I would take before I imported someone. So I'm going to open up Chrome here and we'll refresh this page. Awesome. Let's move this side. So when you open up KvCORE, this is the screen you will see. It'll take you to your dashboard. Okay, it's okay if you've never opened up KvCORE. It's okay if you don't know where anything is. We're going to take it step by step and I'll show you exactly how to start importing your sphere of influence contacts one by one. Okay, so just like in the presentation, you want to make sure the person has an email. So this would look like you going into your contacts, go to your phone app. If you have an iPhone, go to your contacts app. If you have an Android, or just find the list of contacts in your system. Okay, every single person in there is a potential opportunity. I think I read a study earlier this year. People on average move about 10 to 12 times or something like that every year. And everyone in your contacts list, that they're included in that statistic. Okay, this is in the US. I believe it was 10 to 12 times in their lifetimes. So you want to position yourself to where they think of you when one of those 12, well, each of those 12 times ideally, but at least most of those 12 times in their lives, you want to be there when they need to move. Whether that's getting a new apartment, you want them to reach out to you to get the best, advice, resources, and all that. Even if you don't do rentals, if you do, that's great. If not, you still want to be that beacon, that person they go to for all their real estate needs, because staying top of mind is the name of the game. If they don't need it, they know someone who might, and then they will refer them to you. Okay. So go through each contact, call them up, send them a quick text, just like you would on your phone, as normally, and let them know, hey, I'm just trying to provide value for people. I know you live in this place. I'm able to give you a free market report. What's a good email address I can put on file for you to keep sending you that valuable information so you know where you stand every single month? Just like that, via text message or via quick phone call. Because this is your sphere of influence, you're probably already talking to these people anyway. So it should be a very nice and easy conversation. Okay. Once they provide that email address, you want to go straight to KvCORE. You can even have KvCORE open while you're doing this. You can seclude time every morning, or a specific time block per day to do this. You might have a few hundred contacts in your CRM. That's fine. Taking the time out to do this is just a one-time thing. You can call everyone once, get their email address, and plug them into your KvCORE system, and then KvCORE will take care of the rest till the end of time. So going through that list of contact is going to be very valuable for you the more time passes by. So once you call that person number one in your sphere of influence, and they're okay with you putting them in the system, you sending them that information, open up KvCORE, go to where it says quick actions at the top menu bar right here. Okay, it's going to be a blue button that says quick actions. You're going to click on this, and the very first option you will see is add contact. Very, very simple. So once you click on that, I'm going to move this. Once you click on add contact, it'll ask you for the person's first name, last name. You should already have their phone number since this is your sphere of influence. But again, phone numbers are great, but email addresses are truly where KvCORE shines because it's able to do so much with them. So always prioritize an email address when getting, any contact information from any type of lead. So have their first name, last name in here. I'm going to do an example here. I'll put my name, Kane, an email. We'll just do hello@me.com. I'll leave the phone number empty because again, this is my sphere of influence. I already have it in my phone, but even if it wasn't, I put a lot of emphasis on the email, and I typically don't prioritize the phone number at all. Okay, all the phone number work I need to do, I just grab my cell phone and I call people up if I need to. That way it's more personal. They can reach out to me if I call them and I don't get them. And yeah, it's much quicker that way. So KvCORE, just let it do the automated work via the email address you provide. So down here, very important field. Once you put their email address in, you want to click yes right here. It'll ask you permission to contact. Okay, so under the email address field, you want to make sure yes is checked right here. Okay. Because I didn't give it a phone number, and I wouldn't even want to nurture leads too much via phone call or text message, I will leave these to no. It doesn't mean it's bad or doesn't mean it doesn't work. This is just the best way to get the most out of KvCORE in the shortest amount of time possible. Okay, so this is the starter pack when using KvCORE. Down here, we've already have all the important information we need: first name, last name, and email, and giving it permission. Everything is optional beyond, this field. You're able to just click add contact at this point, and you've done step one of importing, and then we'll look at nurturing right after this. But something else that's really good to have, if you're able to, again, this is not mandatory right off the bat, is some address. Okay, you can have just a zip code, you can have a street address and the whole thing, but at least having a zip code on there will help when you're sending out tailored marketing content. But if you don't, that's fine. We're just going to leave it at the basic here. We have a name, last name, and an email. And then all we do is go ahead and click add contact down here. And once we do that, KvCORE will open up that contacts page, letting you know that they've successfully been registered into the CRM. Okay, so the one and only thing you need to do after this step is make sure that you follow through with your promise and you do give them that market report that you said you would, enroll them in. And that's a very, very simple thing. You want to scroll down on the right-hand side, click add under where it says market reports. And if you don't have an address on file for them, again, try to ask them, what zip code they're in. If you don't already know, this is your sphere of influence, so you should kind of have an idea of where they are, hopefully. If not, just put Los Angeles in here. Everyone wants to know what's going on in LA. So you could just type a generic area, maybe LA County. So I will click on County, Los Angeles under the area, and then send report every. So this is the frequency. You could do every 7 days, 14, 21, or 28 days. Okay. So you could do 7 days if they're okay with that frequency. Just go based off of the relationship you have. If you talk to these people frequently, you might be able to send them something every 7 days, and then just click add. And that's it. We've imported a contact, we have their email, and then we have them on a market report that will go out every 7 days. From this point on, this person will be nurtured till the end of time, and you don't have to worry about sending them some content every month or every other week. KvCORE is going to do all the work for you. And that's just one example of how you would make that happen. Okay.